Werner Werman is not generally considered a hard boss, but he still has some tricky parts of each phase, and well, I'm here to help. To get straight to it, Roundabout and Twist Up are actually great here for different reasons. Twist Up works well for the second and last phase, and Roundabout allows you to always deal damage during each phase. Both the weapon's EXs shine here as well. For your super, I'd recommend the Energy Beam or Ghostly Barrage if you're playing Miss Chalice. This will make the last phase much easier. For your charm, it's completely up to you, but to just do the same song and dance as other videos, Heart Ring will help you retain your HP bonus, Parry Sugar will help you get your parries consistently during the first and last phase, and Smoke Bomb will let you dodge attacks or Werner himself for the first and second phase. With that, let's get into the boss fight. Werner Werman is quite simplistic during the beginning, even on Expert. When the fight starts, shoot Roundabout while looking away from Werner to deal a lot of damage consistently. Werner Werman can do two attacks, either his Scrap Attack or his Cherry Cannon. You typically want to get the Scrap Attack as much as you can since it's one of the only attacks that gives you parries. To get these parries to the best of your ability, it heavily depends on where the parries are. The best case scenario is that both the parries are the second and third highest on the screen, so you can easily parry both in one swift motion. You want to time your parry for the first one, but after that, just spam the jump button again while moving towards the second parry, and you should get it instantly with no trouble or timing required. If the two parries are elsewhere or split up, I typically go for the higher one, parry, and dash immediately so as to not get hit by the scrap by accident. For the Cherry Bomb attack, typically doing very small jumps by just barely tapping your jump button is all you have to do to avoid the splitting projectiles from the Cherry Bombs. Don't move too drastically to avoid the Cherry Bombs themselves, and I would advise sticking to the edge of the screen if you can. The center is quite a bad area to be in, as I discovered the hard way, so definitely avoid the center if you can. Other than that, just make sure to parry the springboard as he's moving towards you during this attack and dash to easily make it over him. You can also use Smoke Bomb here to dash through him, but it's not really necessary. We're now on to Phase 2, which is arguably the hardest phase out of the three. Luckily, there's an amazing trick that one of my viewers told me about that can make this phase much easier if you use Twist Up. You can duck here on the right side of the screen, and the flame attack that Werner does will not damage you at all. This is pretty crazy and can work very well, especially if you get lucky and the bottom bottle cap doesn't extend to hit you. If it does, simply jump up before it gets the chance to extend out. There is a small chance you'll get unlucky and both the flame attack and the bottom bottle cap attack at the same time and you'll get hit no matter what, but it's very rare and simply reacting as soon as you see the bottom bottle cap moving should work out. Other than that trick, it's mostly up to you to be able to get through this phase unharmed. Doing small movements rather than huge drastic ones seems to be the best for me personally, and of course always stay on the opposite half of where Werner is, if you're not doing the trick I mentioned before. Phase 3 is not terribly difficult, but overwhelming if you're not paying attention. When Werner gets eaten by the Katzenwagen, yes, that is apparently its name according to the wiki, start jumping and shooting the head to deal a lot of damage consistently. If you don't have or want to use your super for this phase, you should definitely spam as many Roundabout or Twist Up EX shots as you can. Otherwise, keep your super for later into this phase. The Katzenwagen telegraphs pretty heavily when it's going to start attacking the left or right side of the screen, so make sure to be aware of this and react accordingly. After this attack, wooden boards will fall from above from a random side of the screen to the other side, so definitely make sure to be aware of this and move to the side to dodge the boards. It will eventually summon 4 spectral rats from its mouth, in which after they are summoned, you'll want to move all the way to the side of the screen and use your super. This will get rid of all the rats so you won't have to deal with them for pretty much the rest of the fight. If you don't get all your parries from the first phase, which I recommend you try to do, you'll want to get rid of 2 of the rats and wait for one of the other rats to throw a parry attack, and parry it. If you miss the pink ball, the ball will split into 2 smaller balls which you can still parry. Well, you keep on shooting its face and it should go down pretty soon. Sadly, that's pretty much all I have to say about this boss. Well, hopefully this video helped you out in some way, since I struggled a bit to put into words how to best beat Werner Werman. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking, subscribing, and sharing the video to help out the channel and future content. With that, best of luck with your S ranks.